Tucked away from the seashores in Karela lies a destination that is renowned for its picturesque backwaters, a maze of tranquil canals, lakes and rivers that wind through beautiful landscapes. In today's video, we look at how we spent 2 days in the town of Alleppey. After spending the last few weeks traveling through Karela, we made our way to our last destination, the town of Allepey, also known as Allepey. We were looking forward to one of the most iconic experiences in Karela, spending 24 hours in a houseboat. These traditional houseboats, known as ketuvalams, were actually once used for transporting rice and spices. Now they have been transformed for tourists and offer an intimate glimpse into the daily lives of the people who call the backwaters home.
So Allepey is basically a coastal town which has the Arabian Sea on the west, and then on the east there are these variety of rivers and lagoons which form these backwaters, which are all breathtakingly beautiful. So there are also many different kinds of houseboats to book from. We have booked a houseboat where it's just us. So this has given us kind of this big deck area to enjoy just by ourselves. But you could also book a room in another houseboat which has many different rooms. So basically it's just like staying in a hotel, but you won't have so much of a deck area or privacy. After you've found a houseboat agency, the next thing to do is to book the correct tour. So there are two kinds of tours. One is just a day tour or a half-day tour. So what they do is you set out early in the morning and then you have lunch on the boat, and then in the evening you just check out from the boat. The second is what we have done, which is the overnight tour. So what happens is you check in at 12 into the boat, and then you go on a cruise first, then you have a lunch break, and after that you can get to sleep on the boat. And all the meals and drinks and snacks, everything is included in the price.
So now I'm gonna give you a little tour of our room and where we'll be sleeping tonight. So we have a really nice big bed that's super soft. Really excited to sleep in that tonight. Then we have a wardrobe and a little mirror and table. And we also have our own private bathroom, which has the sink, a shower, there we go, toilet. But of course the best part of this whole thing has to be the view. You literally have the lake right there next to your bed. So I'm excited to wake up in the morning and just have that as my view. Villages along the backwaters have close-knit communities. People often engage in collective activities, whether it's helping with agricultural tasks, celebrating festivals, or participating in communal events.
You will also see a lot of fishermen along the backwaters. The abundance of fresh seafood, including prawns, crabs, and a variety of fish, is one of the main features of the local cuisine.
Many villages here practice sustainable living, relying on natural resources for their daily needs. Traditional farming methods, eco-friendly practices, and a deep respect for the environment contribute to a balanced existence with nature. So we've been on the boat for about half an hour, and we thought, oh, we'll just go down the river and there'll be like a lot of nature, but actually there is so much to see. On the one side of us we have the town, so here is the town, and then on the other side, that side, there's actually an island, and then on the water there's actually a lot happening as well. There are many ferries taking locals from one side to the other, and there are fishermen, there's snake boat There's just so much going on. We've even seen like some river snakes, which was a little creepy. They move very fast. So far it's like probably got to be one of my top experiences in India. It's just been amazing.
This around me is the kitchen of the houseboat, and that is our chef Sajan, who is cooking us a delicious lunch. And yeah, the houseboat is fully equipped with all kinds of things. So anything that you need in a house, basically they have it. They have good toilets, a kitchen, even we have a living room sort of thing. So it actually feels just like you're living in any other house.
Masala.
Okay.
With turmeric powder, little black pepper,
Okay.
little red chili.
Okay.
The powder is making before.
Alright. Okay. There. That is going to be yummy.
It's lunchtime and it smells so good and fresh. Thanks to Sergeant, our cook while we're here. We have fish. Then we also have some beans.
That looks yummy.
Cauliflower? No cauliflower, is it cabbage?
This cabbage.
Cabbage. What's this? Curry?
Like a lentil fry.
Lentil fry. Some salad. Some rice. And then we also have chapatis. I'm very excited to eat.
I'm starving.
It smells so good.
So our boat has just stopped for lunch, and I just want to show you the view while having lunch. It is just beautiful out there. We've just stopped beside this river, and out there is a paddy farm, and this is the nearby village. We are just far enough so that we can have just a nice quiet lunch and look at the view. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, the food's really good. Often while traveling, I get asked if I want Western food, and they always offer to cook, which is very sweet. But I'm more than happy with Indian food because the Indian food here is really so good. It's so fresh and it's so flavorful.
So we're right on the edge of the lake where all the houseboats come. So we can already see like there are way more houseboats all around us. So each of these houseboats has its own terminal, and once you book a houseboat, they will let you know where you're going to board the houseboat. And also they have different routes along different backwaters, and some of these routes can actually get quite crowded. So when you book, make sure you know the route you're going on to see if it's going to be very crowded or more of a private experience. The one we have done, we haven't really seen too many boats until we reached the lake, so it's been quite nice to have that sort of kind of privacy, and just we're enjoying being by ourselves in the boat.
This is freshwater.
Tiger prawns.
So the sun is starting to set. It's quite late in the afternoon and we're going to have a snack now. We have got fried banana, which is a very popular snack here in Kerala, and then some coffee to keep us going. Right. I'm not the biggest banana fan, so...
A banana hater.
It's like crunchy on the outside. That's not bad. I'm still not a banana fan, but it's not bad.
Our boat has just docked right now. So basically all the houseboats have to dock at 5:30 p.m. because that is the government policy to allow the fishermen who set their nets at this time. So keep that in mind. If you plan to have a busy evening, then you need to figure out where your boat is docked, and you can plan around that. We just plan to get out and explore what's outside the the boat, so let's check it out.
One thing to keep in mind when staying on a houseboat is there are a lot of mosquitoes. So either ask the houseboat if they have some mosquito repellent or just make sure you have some of your own. Just down there, where Mr. over here has decided walking to would be a good idea. It's got a whole bunch of snakes in it. There are like 3 snakes. Oh, you better be able to run fast. Why are we going down when the snake is popping its head out?
So the second thing to be careful of, apart from mosquitoes, is that there are a few snakes around here. This is actually the 3rd one we've seen. I think they're all water snakes, but yeah, just keep an eye out when your boat is docked.
Yeah, so we've decided to head back to safer ground.
Yeah, I think that's a better choice for now.
Away from the snakes. Now we're going to have dinner, and for dinner tonight we have some chicken, some dal fry, some potatoes, and some okra. Is that how you say it? We also have some chapatis. There, you see it.
We slept quite well on the houseboat yesterday. So if you notice carefully, the boat sways a little with the waves, but yeah, they're very mild. And today we're up nice and early, and soon we're going to eat some breakfast before we head out for the morning.
The morning cruise lasted for about an hour after breakfast. We also saw a lot of children going to school in small canoes. The backwaters serve as both a means of transportation and a playground for the younger generation, who grow up with an intimate connection to the water. After spending the most amazing night in a houseboat on the backwaters, we decided today to go and check out what else Allepey has to offer.
Alleppey being a coastal town, it has the backwaters, but it also has a few beaches. So right now we are in Alleppey Beach. So let's go and check out what Alleppey Beach looks like.
While walking around the beach, we kind of noticed it doesn't really seem to be a beach for swimming. The waves are quite hectic, so I'm not sure if I'd come here and swim. There is a lifeguard, but then also when reading some reviews, they said it's not recommended to swim, but you can. So I guess it's up to you. Something we found interesting that you can see at Alleppey Beach is this behind me is an Indian naval fast attack ship that is just here on the beach where you can come and have a look, and you can also read a little bit about its history.
After a quick stop at the beach, we got back onto our bikes and carried on exploring the town. It was then that we heard the sounds of drums and some other musical instruments, and we decided to go check it out. This particular temple had organized a Panchavadya, or a traditional Kerala orchestra. It is performed with the use of 5 traditional musical instruments and is a prominent part of temple festivals and ceremonies in the region. As we hopped back onto our bikes, we were in for another surprise.
We're currently driving around, and as we're driving we noticed that there are so many people walking. We're not sure where they're going or why they're going this way, but there are a lot of people, like just hundreds and hundreds of people. So we're kind of following along to maybe see where they end up going. It's been about 10 minutes and we're still driving along with them. We haven't found where they're going. We do see like some seem to like stop off on the side and have some water or just sit down for a little bit. So I'm imagining they've been walking for quite a long time actually. forget hundreds, there are thousands of people. They're all ages. They're kids all the way to old people. It's wild, it's amazing. I'm very curious as to what's happening though. After driving along with them for about 5 kilometers, we decided to go off a little bit and move away, and we asked around where they're going, and they're heading to a very famous old church. It's apparently not too far, but we've decided we're going to go off on a different route now just to get away because it's quite hectic.
Little did we know at the start of the day that we would be part of a pilgrimage. After that hectic ride, we were a little hungry, and now it was time for lunch. Allepey has a unique coastal cuisine that is influenced by the abundance of seafood, coconut, and local spices.
We wanted to try some coastal cuisine of Allepey. So here today we have got a dish that is served on a banana leaf, which makes it more exciting. We have some squid, some fresh squid, some fresh sea fish. This in the middle is tapioca, which we have been told to eat with this sauce to kind of combine the two. And then we have 2 thin pancakes that are popular in South India that are called appams. You can actually see them all over Kerala for breakfast, lunch and dinner. What's really fun in India is we get to eat with our hands, so let's give this a try. Oh, it's really light. The squid is spicy. It's not very chewy, which is nice. The appam, it's kind of tasteless. You can't actually like pick it up, but it's got a really nice light texture to it, so it doesn't feel like a heavy carb. This is my first time ever having tapioca, so I'm quite curious to see what it tastes like. So we got told we must put it with the sauce. So I'm going to try dipping it in the sauce, which is called sambar, which is a traditional sauce in Kerala. Alright, let's try. The tapioca is kind of chewy. The sauce is a little spicy, but it's also got a bit of sour taste in the back. I think this is dried potato. I'm not sure it's one of my favorites. It's very different.
Next, we're going to taste one of Kerala's iconic beverages. This beverage is called toddy, and this is produced by fermenting the sap from the coconut or the palm trees. And it's quite a popular beverage in Kerala. And today we're tasting 2 different varieties of toddy. This is the grape toddy, and this one here is the sweet toddy. And toddy is traditionally served in these mud pots because it kind of adds to the flavor and complements the spicy local cuisine.
Over here I have the grape toddy, which we're going to try first. It tastes a lot like a cider. Can't really taste grape to it. It's not very strong. Toddy is known to be like mildly alcoholic, and you can definitely taste that it doesn't have that strong alcohol taste to it. Yeah, I'd say it's kind of just like a cider.
Yeah, this has more of a coconut taste. So I describe it almost like an ale or a cider that's made from coconut. But I actually like it, it's pretty good. So this was like an hour drive, but we are super excited to see this. This is another one of Kerala's traditions. And yeah, we just got lucky because it happens only at a specific time of the year, and we can't wait to show this to you.
The snake boat is basically a long canoe style boat. It was originally crafted for warfare and transportation during battles along the backwaters. The boat got its name because of its sleek long shape, which resembles a snake with its hood up. As the need for these boats diminished with changing times, they transformed into race boats and now have become a significant part of Kerala's culture. For a few months every year during monsoon season, people in this region get together to race their boats along the lakes and rivers. They even have a league with many teams that compete across various locations in Kerala. After a few warm-ups, we finally got to see the races begin.
We were just done with the snake boat races, and I must say it was just amazing. We were really surprised by how much support this tradition has, that it is now actually a sport, but people here just came out in thousands.
There were so many people. It was very high energy. People had like whistles, flags. It just like started to become a party.
Yeah, even the neighboring villages across the river, people came out with balloons, they were sitting by the water, they were having such a fine time. So yeah, if you are in Allepey at this time, then make sure that you watch a snake boat race. It'll be a lot of fun.
This brings to an end our 3-month backpacking trip through India. We had such an amazing time here and hope you enjoyed this journey with us. With a promise to return soon and explore further, we bid farewell to India, knowing that these memories will stay with us for a lifetime. If you liked this week's video, then please give it a like and subscribe to Beyond A to B. We'll be back next week with another travel adventure.